Here's a quick look at the latest South Park movie, The End of Obesity. If you enjoyed the episode or just want to know what friends are talking about, but don't have the time to go see the episode yourself, just sit back and relax. I have the whole story for you. Well, the story as I saw it, I think it's pretty close. Let's find out. Eric and his mom at the doctor's office. The story starts with Eric and his mom at the doctor's office. He's saying he doesn't feel well. The doctor's saying, well, you need to lose weight. This is something no doctors do nowadays, by the way. I mean, literally, they never mention the huge elephant in the room. They just act like it's not a problem. They just give you pills. Eric explains to the doctor that they tried it. Eric does try to work out and eat healthy, but it just doesn't work. Really, though? I don't think so. We've all seen how Eric Cartman eats, and I never see him work out. Anyhow, that's what she tells the doctor, and they're very hopeless about it. They're like, we can't do it. And the doctor, then we see why the doctor is all into it and mentioning this weight problem in the first place. He has a pill. We like them pills. So he says, well, we have a pill. It can help you lose weight. Here's an ad for it, like a movie poster. I mean, come on, people. It's Ozempic, a new weight loss drug. Eric and his mom are told Eric doesn't have to do a damn thing and he is going to lose weight. He just has to take a weekly injection of Ozempic. This causes Eric to daydream. In classic Cartman style, he imagines being thin and immune to people's comebacks when he insults them. He thinks, hey, if I'm not fat, then they have no way to insult me. You see, he can enjoy constant ego-building exercises by safely insulting others. In his daydream, Cartman is going around town, school, and even Pakistan. Yeah, you heard me, the country, insulting other people. The people are absolutely stunned, and they have no comebacks. The dream ends when Eric hears his mom asking the doctor, well, how much is this? And the doctor says, well, unfortunately, your child doesn't have diabetes yet, although we might work on that. We're going to have to charge him out of pocket. Insurance will not cover this drug. No big deal, right? The medicine costs $1,200 a month. Eric's like, Mom, please. And the mom's like, I enable you all the time, but I cannot afford this drug. Sorry, I can't do it. So, instead of getting the miracle drug, Eric gets Lizzo. What's Lizzo? It's a program consisting of little candy bars and Lizzo music to make yourself feel better with body positivity stuff. That's it. Lizzo's designed to make you lose hope and never even try to lose weight. Be positive and feel good about where you're at in life. And if that happens to make you incredibly unhealthy, eating candy bars and not dealing with your health at all, then so be it. We got some pills for you. Money, 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 money. Everyone is taking this drug. Well, every rich person is taking this drug, at least. That's what we find out in the montage after the visit to the doctor's office. Randy and Shelly, a lesson taught to the wrong person. In this next scene, we have Randy Marsh and his daughter Shelly. She is getting ready for school, wearing a pink crop top showing off her midriff. She does not look good. In fact, she looks like a monster. But she always kind of looks like a monster anyways. In fact, she acts like a monster. But apparently, all the kids are doing it. In a clear attempt to dissuade his daughter, Randy calls his daughter a something guzzling something. And then he warns her that if she goes to school like this, she will be dressing inappropriately and end up around bad people doing drugs. Shelly says she's still going to go dressed in a crop top and does not care what her dad says. Randy decides to teach his daughter a lesson, and he puts on a crop top as well. See, he's going to go pick her up at school and make her feel pretty lame. Well, there's a group of MILFs there that are also wearing crop tops and these ripped abs and everything, and they notice him. They say, hey, you're dressing like us, dude. Watch out. One of them comes up to him and says, hey, do you do drugs? Randy, being a marijuana farmer, is like, yeah, I do drugs. And they say, great, do you want to come to our house? We're going to have a party. And he's like, well, maybe they want some of my drugs. I'll sell them to them because I'm a marijuana farmer. And these are attractive MILFs. And they want to party. How can I say no to this? But when he gets there, it's not what he expected. When Randy gets there, he sees that this is not the drug or situation he expected. They ain't smoking weed. They're doing a new drug. They're doing that weight loss drug. It's an injection. You inject it once every week and it helps you lose weight. That's why they have their abs. That's why they're showing their midriff. That's why they're wearing crop tops. They thought Randy must be part of that. They say, well, do you want some of these drugs? Randy, being, not the most controlled person and likes to party, he's like, sure. And he ends up trying it. He decides to dive in.
Then one of my favorite parts. The Lost Boys song plays as if he just sold his soul to the devil. Maybe he has. Maybe he has. Nonetheless, Randy is now the one caught up in drugs and the bad people instead of Shelly. Oh, the irony. Eric is hopeless. The boys to the rescue. The next day at school, Eric is very upset, and the gang is really worried about him. They ask him what is going on. He informs them that he wants to lose weight, but cannot. And yet there's a new miracle weight loss drug out there, and his mother can't afford the $1,200 a month. Imagine that. But the boys insist that the insurance company technically should be paying for it.
The boys end up going down to the insurance company. They're going to figure out what's going on. And it's super nice. Like super, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, hey, we're looking to get something paid for. And the guy's like, oh, yes, right down that hallway. And that part of the insurance company is not very nice at all.
Boy, howdy. That is not a good place. There is just one guy on ancient equipment. He is dry and very uncaring. He is a bureaucrat to the extreme. He does not care about the actual health of people. He cares only about his rules and regulations. After listening attentively to the boys explain their logic on why the Ozempic should be covered for Eric, he simply... The claim is denied. Although the claim was denied, the boys will not be denied. They keep on bugging the guy with logic. When the guy sees this, he says, well, I don't know you were so motivated. Let me give you some tasks. He then proceeds to give them a ton of stupid tasks. Go here. Get this. Do that. Do that again, but with this signature from that guy. So on and so forth. Looking at it now, looking back at it at least, I can tell that they weren't going to give him anything. They were just having him run through loops after loops till they burnt out. You know why? Well, I'll tell you why, my friend. Because they are in it for the money, honey. In it for the money, honey.
You guys should check out the American Healthcare System song. It's pretty funny. The boys really tried. They really did. They jumped through all the hoops. And in the end, they were still denied. How rude. Rude. A bit later, the boys see on TikTok how to make this drug on their own. They just need to make a compounding factory, and then they need to order the ingredients from a pharmacy. From where, you ask? India. I love you inside.
Randy and the MILFs running low on their supply.
The women and Randy are starting to have issues getting their supply of the weight loss drug. I believe they even had issues with their supplier in Mexico. Now this may be due to the fact that some of the people I have not mentioned yet, but will cause more problems soon, don't you worry. They have decided to start taking drastic measures to control the flow of this drug. Why did they do this? Because it's affecting their bottom line. How sweet it is. How sweet it is. That's my hint for you. Sweet it is. So the MILFs come up with a great idea and Randy joins them. They are going to rob those pharmacies, you see, and take all the drugs for themselves. Well, just a weight loss drug. Randy tries to get them to take some other drugs, and they're like, nah. And even though everyone seems to recognize them due to their midriff showing, they still continue to do it. Strike a pose! Soon, the boys find out that it's getting harder and harder to get the ingredients to make this drug. That's because the sugar industry has now made it very difficult to get anything related to this drug. Because, well, it's not helping their bottom line, that's for sure. Who are these punks in the sugar industry? Let's find out today.
Sony, the cuckoo bird. Captain Crunch R. Tricks off for kids. Tony the Tiger. Sugar Bear. And the other two guys. Right before the boys find out about their supply being destroyed, they are about to give Eric his second dose of the drug. A drug that is given weekly. A drug that did show promising results for this nasty little overweight boy. I'm sorry, but you know he'd be nasty. He's an awful person. If you give this guy any power, he will make you regret it.
Wer kann next year's den Beast ansteht? Okay, I'm ready.
Anyhow, the MILFs and Randy bust in and steal everything from the boys' homemade lab, including the dose Eric was about to receive. Now, come on, don't be rude. Stealing his dose from his hand? Rude. Ugh. Eric Cartman is losing hope. He doesn't know what to do. But the boys still don't give up. They find another distributor in the U.S. Now, they are excitedly waiting for the truck to arrive. America, tough, yeah. The motherfucking day, yeah. America, tough, yeah. Tough, yeah. It is a semi-truck. The delivery is going just fine until the women act like construction workers, showing their midriffs. Something that the truck driver thought was a bit inappropriate. But I think they changed his mind with the waving guns and screaming and convinced him to leave his vehicle. Randy then hops in the truck.
The one that's running out with bad people. I'm the one that's into drugs. I'm the one with the chaotic life. Not Shelly. She's doing fine. Was this really due to the crop top that he was wearing? Or is it because he's an impulsive fool? Who knows? This makes him decide to say, screw this, I am done. I am taking off, dude. I am gone. So he starts driving. The ladies say, hey, get back here. And they start chasing after him. And they have their guns. And they're trying to run him off the road and stuff. And it's making the truck on the app that the boys are looking at for their delivery. It's making it drive like crazy. Doing circles and crazy. And so finally, the boys are like, let's go see what's going on. He's like literally a block away. What the heck? Suddenly, the sugar people attack. And they start fighting with the MILFs. And they all have guns. And get this. This is a horrible thing. First, the good news. Kenny's back. Now the bad news. Tony the Tiger killed Kenny. After a while, I guess they took enough damage, the MILFs and the sugar people are like, this is crazy, and they backed off completely. And the boys and Randy drive to the farm. They finally have the medication they need to make the drug. They open the back of the truck, and it's the stupid guy from the insurance company. Apparently his company works with this other company to make sure that things are covered or not. He says, but don't worry, we can help you boys. And they say, what? What can you do for us? He says, well, all you have to do is work the American healthcare system. The boys are done. They give up.
Randy's realization and resolution. Randy returns home to his wife, who has had her own little journey. See, she tried to get the drug, but couldn't. She was giving Lizzo instead, which gave her a rare form of diabetes that made shit come out of her ears. And sitting here now thinking about it, I get it. The Lizzo stuff filled her head with caca.
And literally shitting out your ears.
What the fuck is piece of shit?
But according to the doctor, that is good news because now she is qualified to have the insurance pay for the Ozempic.
I'm so sorry.
because she now has diabetes. Good job, American healthcare system.
Randy's wife is about to take her first injection of the drug, and Randy says, you know what, it is not worth it. It sucks. It makes you want things less. And get this, your dick is still hard. Not worth it. Just not worth it. This convinces her for some reason, and she doesn't do it. Instead, they decide to go to a hotel room, take Molly, and have sex.
And now, lastly, the boys' resolution. Meanwhile, the boys are at school, and they realize that Eric really does struggle with his weight, and he doesn't have many options. They decide that no one should be made fun of for being overweight. Everyone agrees, even people who aren't even there to hear it, i.e. the people from Pakistan, because apparently they got that message too. In the end, that nasty little Eric Cartman gets his dream. He starts insulting everyone, and since they can't call him fat, they can't effectively retaliate against him. The show ends with that little bastard flying to Pakistan to insult those people there too.
Summary of South Park, the end of Obesity episode. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave comment, all that jazz, and we'll see you next time. Peace!